They asked one of Zara's friends, Amara, to help them, feeding her lies about Zara. Amara, believing these lies, agreed to put the harmful substance in Zara's food. However, fate was on Zara's side. As she sat down to eat, she accidentally knocked over the bowl, spilling the food on the ground. A bird came and pecked at it, and by the next morning, the bird lay lifeless. Once upon a time, in a small village tucked away in the heart of the Amazon rainforest, lived a girl named Zara. Zara was no ordinary girl, she was like the morning sun, brightening everything around her. Her beauty was so captivating that it seemed to make the birds sing louder and the flowers bloom more vibrantly. People from neighboring villages journeyed miles just to see her. Zara's smile was a treasure, and her laughter a melody that danced on the wind. Men of high standing, from chieftains to wealthy traders, visited Zara's family, bearing gifts of beads, gold, and money, claiming it was an honor just to witness such beauty. Zara's parents, humble farmers, were overwhelmed by the attention. Her father, who worked the land with strong hands, and her mother, whose voice was as sweet as honey, treated Zara like a rare gem, aware she was a blessing from above. In the village, every day brought new stories, but Zara herself was a story that everyone cherished. The elders, sharing tales under the ancient banyan tree, and children playing by the riverbank all knew Zara's kindness and beauty. Visitors left with stories of her, spreading her fame far and wide. But change crept into the village. The women grew jealous of Zara, whispering quietly as she walked by, their smiles fading into frowns. They didn't like how Zara's beauty drew attention away from them. The men spoke of Zara constantly, comparing their wives and daughters to her, which hurt the women deeply. Resentment blossomed, and soon, a man in the village named Tayo even sent his wife back to her family after she spoke ill of Zara, which fueled the women's envy even further. Unaware of the building storm, Zara continued with her life, but the village grew less welcoming. Whispered rumors twisted into stories, claiming Zara was the offspring of the forest spirits, born to her parents after 7 years of waiting. This tale spread like wildfire, feeding the envy of those around her. The women began to plan secretly, deciding to add something harmful to her food, hoping it would make her ill. They thought, if Zara is gone, our husbands will notice us again. One day, they approached Amara, a close friend of Zara, persuading her to help. Amara, deceived by their lies, agreed. She slipped the harmful substance into Zara's food, but fate intervened. Zara knocked over the bowl, and a bird that pecked at the spilled food was found dead by morning. Zara remained unaware of these events, assuming it was a simple accident, but the women were alarmed. Their plan had failed, but Zara still sensed a change. People who once greeted her warmly now turned away, whispering as she passed. She felt like a lone tree in an open field, their once friendly eyes replaced by cold stares. Even her parents grew concerned, warning her to be cautious. Zara overheard talk of another plot and knew she couldn't stay. Early one morning, she packed her belongings, leaving a note for her parents before disappearing into the forest. Unbeknownst to Zara, a skilled hunter named Rafiq had followed her. Rafiq, admired for his bravery and strength, had always been touched by Zara's kindness and was aware of her struggles in the village. He vowed to protect her in the forest, keeping a watchful eye from a distance. Each day, he left food and water for her, never revealing his presence. Days turned into weeks. Zara grew accustomed to her new life, building a simple shelter and finding solace in the forest's peace. Rafiq continued to watch over her until one morning, Zara spotted him. Initially startled, she soon recognized him from the village and felt safe. Rafiq explained his silent protection, and their companionship blossomed, eventually turning into love. Meanwhile, the village began to feel the void left by Zara. The once lively marketplace grew quiet, and villagers missed the joy she brought. The wise village chief called a meeting, urging the women to right their wrongs and bring Zara back. The women, burdened with guilt, agreed to the difficult journey. After a tiring journey through the forest, the women finally found Zara's shelter. They apologized sincerely, acknowledging the harm their jealousy had caused and pleading for her return. Moved yet hesitant, Zara agreed to come back on one condition, that she be treated with respect, not just admired for her looks but valued as a person. With Rafiq by her side, Zara returned to a village transformed by remorse and newfound appreciation. Life resumed, filled with joy, and the community became stronger, learning to celebrate each person's unique gifts.